Hello everybody and welcome to the Brazilian Grand Prix, the final round of my Season 1 of Career Mode, and you join me on board at the very end of the practice session, and I'm going for the purple time and across the line in mixed conditions, and I've made it. I'm on top of the world in Brazil at the Interlagos track, so the track started off like absolutely bucketing with rain and then started to dry out, so there you go, I'm on top with Maldonado on 15. So what a session it was. But now we have a absolutely spotlessly dry track, and I'm trying to qualify as well as I can. I forgot to actually record my first lap that got me to 4th, but I actually improved again to go into 3rd. That lasted a little while, but I was only in 7th place at the end of Q1. Maldonado was 15th again, so Jenson Button a shock, a dismissal from Q1. Ahead of the other not so successful drivers. We move on to Q2, which was not an easy task, and I move up to 10th early on in the session. Was doing the best I can, but it didn't last as long as I wanted, as Sergio Perez was pushing his McLaren to the ragged edge, as he had no choice being on his own and all. So I'm 2/10 of a second up on my personal best there, trying to compete with Perez with just 3 minutes to go. We quickly move on to the Sector 2 just before the end of the lap. I'm definitely enjoying my time on the track at the minute, but we push all the way to the line. We're going to show all the way here, trying to avoid that curb on the inside and cutting the line fine from the pit lane there. And is it enough? Activating DRS? No, just 0.08 of a second down. So let's have another go as cars start to exit pit lane. And one of them includes Maldonado. There he is. We activate DRS again, and I'm not going to get out ahead of Maldonado. This could be troublesome. He needs to get out of the way. No, he doesn't. Maldonado refuses to get out of the way, and that wastes a perfectly decent qualifying lap. So angry as I can be, and I'm balked again. Nico Rosberg the culprit this time, but it's not too bad. I can get away with it. So naturally I'm absolutely gutted, because this track is very small compared to other tracks, and you have to get traffic out of the way as quickly as possible. So this is basically my last chance. If I don't succeed now, it's all over. I'm a 1/10 of a second up, but here's Felipe Massa in my way now. He's going to move over to the side, and I nearly make contact. Absolutely no mercy shown there. I've got to get ahead of Perez if I'm going to make Q3 again. It's a 1:10, 1:11. No, it's not to be. 1:12.8, and I'm out of Q2. So what an opportunity missed, but it was such a difficult session. No one deserved to get out of Q3 into Q3 like me, but the top 10 deserved it. You can see everyone else was miles behind, so it was just a case of what might have been. So I accidentally didn't show the grid at the start, so I'm going to show you the little cutscene at the start. Vettel on pole, I'm 11th. Maldonado, of course, is 15th. You could see there are McLarens and Mercedes and Ferraris behind Vettel, so it could be anyone's race with nothing to play for except the constructors title. Mercedes versus Ferrari, but it's all about my efforts as we go on board for the Brazilian Grand Prix. A poor start for Grosjean gives me a chance to take him on the outside, but Perez gets a good start as well, so braking as late as I can for the Senna S, and just a little rub with the Mexican's rear wing, and I'm up into 9th, so 2 positions gained already. Now Massa and Webber are having a drag race, but I'm on the outside of Hulkenberg. Absolutely wheel to wheel there, braking as late as I can. Big contact with Perez, that puts off the Mexican, and we go side by side. Oh, it's barge board to wheel, and luckily we didn't get too naughty and get tied up, so thankfully we're away. And we now try to chase Perez a little while more, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the pun there, naughty. There we go. We're just gonna keep going through the middle sector now. Perez, the man I have to get through, with Massa and Webber just ahead of him. You can see Raikkonen 5th, Alonso I presume is in 4th there, and the 2 Merc cars are I think 3rd and 2nd, so that's pretty good. But Perez has made a little bit of a gap for himself now. My inferior aerodynamic drag kind of cost me dear here. I didn't really choose a fast setup, I just went neutral, so I don't have the top line speed compared to the other guys. And braking once more as we start lap 2 again, big as the cars are starting to get feisty, and there's a big queue. Webber makes a little hassle for the other drivers. I'm on the inside of Perez here, and I'm using all of my curves. Massa trying to get the slipstream off Mark Webber, dive down the inside, and I'm through into 7th now. So another 2 positions gained before you knew it, and the hometown hero Massa is not at all impressed by being overtaken by Williams, his ultimate future team, and we carry on the work heading into sector 2 now. This is probably the dawdly section of the track. It's not my favourite, but I still enjoy it, as Brazil, as I mentioned in the last episode, is one of my favourite places to drive. And Massa will try and use DRS for the first time to make light work. As you can see, there's a big gap between ourselves and the rest of the pack, between 9th and 16th, I'd say. Massa doesn't use DRS as well as he wanted, so I'm okay, and we resume now. I get a purple sector 2 once more, and Massa will try and use that to his advantage by getting drag off the quickest car in the middle sector, and across the line. That's at 1:15.4. Massa nearly got past. I lock up my front left. Webber's fastest lap was at 1:14.3, so I've a long way to go if I'm going to catch him. And Massa will try again, heading into turn 3. And is he actually going to make a move? He's going to look, but he won't commit. And Webber is 2.8 seconds clear now, as I try to distract Felipe Massa. We have a queue of cars forming now on lap 7, which allows me to catch Kimi Raikkonen. Mark Webber using his superior speed to get past. So I have a chance once more, using the slower section of the track to catch up. It's just 1.3 seconds, and Massa is 0.8 behind. So you can see there's a few cars caught up and a few cars well behind my rival Paul Resta there. He's nowhere to be found, and that's back down to standard, and that's a 1:15.2, and 1 second to Kimi Raikkonen, literally as close as I can get to DRS activation without actually getting it. And we're going to try again, but I think the Lotus is away. He's using DRS on Webber, and it's nearly time for the pit stops, I should mention. My strategy was to go to lap 9, I think, on these super softs, and just try and move on to the harder compound. And actually, there's a moment for you. Mark Webber off, and all his hard work has gone to waste. I was lucky I hit the pause button just in time, but the Aussie is off the road, and his race is in tatters now, and that puts me up at the whopping 6th position. And now I hope the distraction put off Kimi Raikkonen, but didn't do anything to the unflappable Iceman. So it's lap 9 now. You'll see the first few cars pitting. I think, I beg your pardon, lap 10 was when I pitted. You can see the tyres are just about to give up. And Massa will try again. Actually, excuse me, now it's Hulkenberg. Nico Hulkenberg found a way past Felipe Massa, and he's trying to battle for position. And it's no love lost between us. We have a little rivalry brewing between the two more successful drivers in our teams in the midfield, and Hulkenberg not able to find a way past. And this is now my final climb up the hill and into the pit lane. Raikkonen has gained a fair amount of time now, as I'm not able to push to my absolute capabilities. And in we go. No mercy shown to the pit lane entry. I'm absolutely flat out until it's time to brake. Just about every team has a car to service, and here come my crew. It's a 1 second, 2 and 3 second stop. Brilliant work by Williams, and away into 10th position. So Rosberg is the big loser for Mercedes-Benz. He had a lot of positions lost there, and Adrian Sutil just overtakes me through the Senna S's. So not a lot of positions lost, which is fantastic to see. Rosberg won't get DRS though, as he probably just came out of the pits. Hopefully the Force India will distract my opponent just long enough to give me a fighting chance. And in come the other cars. There we go. Lewis Hamilton is your race leader. He should emerge from the pit lane still in the lead, but I'm only a few seconds down on Nico Rosberg. But where is Hülkenberg? I don't have a clue, to be honest, but I've come out ahead. So it's Hamilton, Vettel, Alonso, Raikkonen, Rosberg, myself, Hülkenberg, Button, Perez, Webber, Massa, Sutil, Jurassic, Grosjean, Gutierrez, Maldonado, Verne, Ricciardo, Chilton, Peak, Bianchi and Van der Gaard. Lap 13 now, not a lot has happened. I'm just doing so well at the minute, I'm absolutely flying. And a new fastest lap there. Hamilton, of course, doing a 1 second better job. And Rosberg is nearly 2 seconds clear as I'm just trying to get my momentum back. Hülkenberg loses a lot of time in Senna S's as I kind of brake test the AI to a good degree. And you can see there's a slow car. It's Kimi Raikkonen. Raikkonen's out of the Grand Prix, and that puts me to 5th. A huge let off for me yet again. And there you go. Kimi Raikkonen's race is over, and I'm in the top 5 on merit with Rosberg just 2 seconds clear. What on earth is happening? It's a dry Grand Prix, and yeah, I'm absolutely, taking a huge lot of time out of the other drivers. It's just brilliant. Hülkenberg would like the top 5 off for himself, and he's going to try me on the inside. Maybe no, just not enough bravery. But there's just an incredible amount of grit being shown here as Mike Williams is going way above his capabilities here Interlagos. It's just the perfect setup at the perfect time. I've never driven such a competitive car in this game before. You can see Vettel pits, and we have a lap to Caterham in front of us, and that'll put me into a gross 4th position, and I'm going to get DRS off the Caterham, and that's Charles Peak pulling nicely to the inside, so we're no longer battling for genuine position as we saw in Austin. And we have Marussia ahead, not too far, separated from the Caterham, and we're heading into the fast sweeper, and Bianchi hasn't got out of my way, and that's cost me a lot of time. And finally I just decide, screw you Jules, I need to pass you, and I dive down the inside, locking up my right front in the process with all the grass stuck to the hot rubber. Lap 23 now, and I've lost a fair amount of time. Jenson Button has climbed enormously from his Q1 exit to be in 5th position, so we could have a battle on our hands as the McLaren is on a longer pit stop strategy, and I still haven't pitted yet, so Vettel is somewhere to be found in the lower half of the point scoring positions, but Jenson Button is only 0.3 of a second behind. You can see now we have a pitter. I suspect that's Lewis Hamilton as Alonso has moved into the Grand Prix lead. No, I beg your pardon, that's Rosberg in 3rd, so all's well. And Jenson Button will get DRS now, heading into turn 3. How will he use it? Not very well, I suspect. But now I have to make my pit stop, and I have to hold on as best I can, and I'm doing that. So my strategy is going perfectly so far. I haven't had to pit too early or too late to cope with tyre wear. So fair play to my car, and away go the other competitors, including Seb Vettel and Mark Webber. So it's going to be a massive pit stop. I'm all on my own this time, no pressure, but there is a lot to be done. And there we go, a good tyre change and we're away. Just 3 seconds once more, so well done to my team. Nico Hülkenberg is through, so something's gone wrong, mind you. Nico Hülkenberg has overtaken me, and he's made his 2nd pit stop as well, so I don't know what's going on, but there he is. He's actually going very slowly, and he's gone. Hülkenberg's out. He's pulled off to the side, and that's another retirement from the top 10. And that's the 2nd retirement now from the top 10. But Webber, from his earlier mistake, has made a comeback with Hamilton, Alonso and Vettel in the top 3. And a few cars have yet to pit, so it's not really a fair classification. But now I start to find my opponents in the pits, and that's me in 6th position. So it's all about getting back that top 5 as Sergio Perez is trying to get out into 6th position with that teammate in tow, I think. But it's honestly confusing that the leaderboards don't update. So yeah, it's Perez ahead of me and Button's in behind. So I'm in the McLaren sandwich, but it's just 6 seconds to gain, which should be absolutely no problem at all. There you go, Perez in the pits. I'm back in the top 5 with 9 laps to go. So, well, maybe 10 laps to go. yeah, whatever. So what a race it has been. No mistakes, no tyre wear issues, and no battles with cars that have taken me off the road or anything like that. So can we keep it going? Got a lap traffic again. It's actually another Marussia, I think. Yeah, it's the Marussia, but look ahead of him. It's Massa. What has happened? More reliability troubles. As there's no way Massa should be in 16th position or wherever on earth he is. So there we go, around the outside of Jules Bianchi, and that's absolutely fine. Maybe it was just Max Chilton, I wasn't paying attention. But there we go. Massa is in 16th and nowhere of note. But Mark Webber, he was lightning quick in the first stint, and he's back in control of his race now. So it's going to be a battle for the top 5 from lap 31 onwards. Webber is a little bit too far behind this time, but he'll get so much speed, and he'll get another go at DRS in sector 2. Look at how close he was there in my left front mirror, and away we go. He's actually slowed right back down, so I'm able to change my fuel mix back. It's lap 34 now, and Webber has caught up once more. A much better use of the Senna S's this time, and now he's really going for it. But I do a little shimmy. Perhaps that would have got me penalised in real life, but it's put Webber off, and it was judged, to be fair. So we'll take that, and now we're on our last lap. Caterham has to be dispatched with, and you can see a little queue is forming. Webber 1 second down, and there should be Jenson Button or someone behind him. But now what on earth are we going to do about this Caterham? Lewis Hamilton receives the congratulations for the victory. It's a little bit too little too late for his own personal ambitions, but for the team, Mercedes-Benz are guaranteed the constructor title. And there's Charles Peake getting right of away. He's put me off the road, and that's a ludicrous piece of driving from the Caterham. And now Webber failed to take advantage, but I had nowhere else to go. He hogged the racing line, and Mark Webber, well, if that had been the end of my top 5 dreams, I would have been banging the desk in frustration. But we're away. Webber was balked as well, so we crossed the line in 5th position. An all dry Grand Prix, and I've come in the top 5. What a result to bring the curtains down on season 1. 10 massive points for Williams. It guarantees 12th in the Drivers' Championship, and pretty much my drive of the season comes basically at the best possible time to wrap up the season, with Hamilton, Vettel and Alonso on your podium, with Rosberg 4th, Webber 6th, Perez 7th, Button 8th, Grosjean 9th, and Gutierrez gets 10th out of Sutil, Maldonado and Di Resta. Ricciardo, Verne, Chilton, Van der Gaard, Massa, Bianchi and Peake all finished the race. Hulkenberg and Raikkonen not so fortunate. Alonso was confirmed champion not too long ago. Hamilton is a worthy second place. Vettel came in 3rd. He had a lot of bad luck in the season. Webber 4th. Rosberg falls to 5th. Massa 6th. Raikkonen was 7th. And myself, I finished very close to Hulkenberg actually in 12th. And no changes in the constructors, as Mercedes AMG are confirmed champions. So well done to all the virtual drivers involved. And there we go, there's the queue of cars passing by to wave goodbye to season 1. And Williams will have a very pleasant celebration, and we'll get cracking in pre-season testing for next season. But for now, it's all about camaraderie, and well done to a fabulous first season behind the wheels of Williams. And there we go, round of applause. There are some of my statistics, including 28 points, 13th average finishing position, 18 out of 38 objectives complete, and 20,287 career XP. So can we do better than that next season? Well, I certainly hope so. But that is pretty much the end of season 1, and we move on now to season 2 with Melbourne, Australia, the destination for our drivers once more. So unfortunately, I wasn't granted number 1 status over the winter, so I'm going to have to whoop Maldonado's backside a little bit more in the first half of season 2. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys, and I have the mods installed successfully for the game now, so that should be something to look forward to. But if you have any feedback that you'd like to see me change for season 2 in terms of laying out my videos, please let me know. But otherwise, have a great day.